Hello, ZC. Hello,
What's up,
hello.
man?
Yeah, you can hear me. Perfect. Hello, everybody. Welcome to TLG Coaching Series featuring myself. Ta-da! I mean, isn't that the best intro ever? No? So, if you say nothing, I'll consider it a yes. So you can join our Discord if you want to try your chance at winning another coaching in the future. Congrats on winning, man. If you have the same
Thanks,
luck
man.
on Runeterra, why do you need me?
Yeah, unfortunately, I had some practice games and didn't have the same luck there.
Oh, it sucks. But that's okay. We're here to fix that. So as I saw, you are trying to make work an Asia aggressive deck, like what we now usually refer to as Asia Burn.
Yeah, Azure Burn. I've been trying this out for the past couple of days, and I've had decent success with it. It's pretty fast at climbing because of just how fast the games are, and but I've sort of just hit a stomp. I've had a lot of games. I had a lot of losses, like yesterday and today. Like when I was practicing a few games, I just kept losing a lot of games. So just wanted some bit of pointers on how to play some of the more difficult matchups that I find, especially against more slower decks that tend to just wipe my board, like Lissandra Trundle, and against decks like Fiora Shen. I have a lot of trouble against those types of matchups
Yeah.
with this.
So I don't know if you know that, but I actually just won a fight night using this deck in my lineup. So this is some real I don't know what to call that, good hazard or whatever. The RNG is good on your side. It's just a bit of a rough timing. That being
Yeah.
said, do you have an idea of the scenario in which you lose those games? Like the ideal
Well,
scenarios for your opponent?
it mostly just depends on me not having like if I'm against like a slower deck that like stabilizes by turn 4, turn 5, then if I can't like push enough damage to get them in burn range by that point, then usually then they can just stabilize and it's very hard for me to catch up at that point because then they just have board control and I can't really get any decent chip damage through. So I just have to rely on getting a little bit of burn damage with cards like Prankster and Doom Beasts. So it's a lot dependent on just me drawing like an early hand to push
Mhm.
a lot of damage in the early game.
Yeah,
At least
so
that's how it felt so far.
yeah, I understand what you're saying, and this is a classical view on that. I'm just gonna propose a bit of a counter view real quick. It's just that you know what's happening when you start losing control is that you don't have enough to push for every single turn, so your opponent is able to counter everything that you do and doing a little bit more than you, while you run out of steam. Although this deck draws a lot, so usually you don't run out of steam quick, but you end up running out of steam. And especially Trundle Lysandra and Fiora Shen, they have alternate win conditions that makes it so that when you lose steam, they're gonna finish the game. So the game cannot drag on forever, which would be cool for you actually. I'm pretty sure if the game dragon forever, you would just win the game every single time. So closing the game quick is good. What's interesting is that sometimes you just want to keep that pressure for a big swing turn in the mid game and not always in the early game. Is that it's what I was wanting to say here is that sometimes you can just, all right, this turn I'm gonna push for like leveled up Azir and I'm gonna wait a bit and I'm gonna guarantee myself a board state. So that's sometimes where it drops. Obviously, I don't think you have the matchup against Lysandra Trundle, even if I'm on your side. Uh,
Yeah, it
that
seems
should
pretty unfavorable,
that
honestly.
should be an obvious one, but all right. So I'm gonna build myself Lysandra Trundle real quick. I mean, do I even need to build myself that, or can I just take any code that is on the internet somewhere? There we go. Quick code. Here I am. And well, you can I can just add you on LOR, or you can just add me.
All right. I'll just request.
There you go. If you could just add me, and we'll be battling at each other. I promise to not take a look at your screen. That would be a really good bullying strat, like. Oh, I can guess everything that you're doing because I'm looking at it. No. Obviously, the goal of the session. The goal of the session is not to make myself an even bigger ego that I already have. All right.
So I'll send the challenge.
Yeah. There we go. Oh. It could not get accepted. What's happening?
Let me try sending another one.
Yeah. All right. I'm just gonna log off and log on. This is classic LOR. Trying to destroy anything that you're attempting at live. This is very classical, and this makes streaming any special event here hell, basically. Alright, and I'm back in the game. Do I finally see you? Why are you not appearing in my friend list? What are you doing, game? This is a new one. This is a new one. You're not appearing in my friend list for some reason.
It's weird. Okay.
All right. Okay, let's change that. Yeah, you're offline for some reason on my friend list. I'm just gonna wait a second to see if it works at some point.
If it doesn't work, I can just restart the game and see if that helps.
Wait, and also it seems like. Okay, no, that's perfect. It's working. Oh yeah, you had a black screen because you restarted your game. Imagine this happening during an actual tournament. It happened multiple times, and I was handling production. It was hell. If you want to ask me, it was hell. If you're not asking, I'm still telling you, it was hell. All right. Well, it doesn't seem like it's gonna work anytime soon. What we can do though is that you can just open, let's say, ranked, and I have your screen, and I can give you some advice, etc., on what you could do.
Yeah, sure. Sounds good.
Perfect. Oh, you have all of the top tiers, including my favorite, Monofiora. This is a deck I love. This is a deck.
Yeah, I played Monofiora a lot when the expansion dropped. It was fun. Not for me, not for my opponent, but
Oh my god, I am the opponent.
it's very frustrating to play against. I don't see it much down here, but when I do, it's just tough.
Alright, so we have some actual Mono Dimacia. It looks like a deck list from actual years ago.
Yeah, you don't exactly run into too many meta decks. It's either just like TF Fizz or just random stuff.
Alright. So yeah, Mulligan is usually kind of tricky. Because all you want is early game, but all you have is early game. So which early game do you keep?
Yeah, I feel like Caretaker isn't that good since we don't really have Keeper right now, and Ancient Prep can help improve our top decks for turn 2, I guess.
Okay. That seems good. That seems good. I'm not an advocate for Ancient Preparation though. It's just not a card I like, because it actually slows you down a bit. I have a version of that deck.
It's also really good when you use it with the Stalking Shadows. Sometimes it can be pretty nice.
Yeah, it
I
can
guess we
help.
go just go preparations. There's no real point in going Bark Beast here.
Yeah, it makes sense, especially given you have the second turn when you can just drop one, then the other.
Mm, I'll just take the Dune Keeper here. No way to pop the Caretaker, the Curse Keeper, so go Dune Keeper Stygian next turn, I guess.
Hmm. Yeah.
I also don't know how I feel about Bark Beast in this deck. A lot of times it's just sometimes it can be pretty good, but
Yeah, honestly, I think I would have dropped Bag Beast if it were for me. Just dropping it the earlier just guarantees that it's gonna end up being a 3-3.
lower the game volume a bit. It's a bit too loud for my liking.
Alright.
Right. Glimpse would be useful against Fiora. Hmm. Just pass. I mean, he's burning one mana, and we just bank full.
Yeah, I like it. You're not forced to play. You have spells in your hand. So mana spells are gonna be good for you one way or another.
I guess we go Bark Beast and then Doom Beast, or we could just go Prankster. Chill.
What do you say about just Bark Beast into Prankster? I think that's good enough. You have
Yeah.
Glimpse Beyond if your opponent tries anything funny. And you're gonna attack with all those cards anyway. Your opponent's gonna block that 2-2 with that 2-1. He's always gonna be doing it. The sooner the Prankster, the more damage it's gonna bring to the table.
Okay. Might not block with this, which is not smart, I guess. I mean, he's getting pretty low here already. Got 2 burn spells in hand.
Yeah, he only has Demacia, so the only way of healing, up to my knowledge, is Radiant Guardian, which is quite tough to have at this point. He's gonna have to suicide a card. And we have Glimpse Beyond as a way to deny the healing. And oh my god.
Okay.
Well,
I think we can go shadows and see what that pulls. It's not
I
that
would
bad.
not even go shadows now. I would just pass actually, because that gives
Yeah,
you
I think
the open, that gives you the attack token.
Yeah.
It's so perfect for you, and you can just go Stalking Shadows now. You're not forced to open attack. You have a Stygian on Looker here, and there goes some other options.
Okay. We could go Dune Keeper and Stygian. Pushes. We have the boards. Yeah, we do have the board space for it.
Yeah.
We go
And
Dune
you
Keeper
have a
and
Prankster
Stygian.
on board, so the bigger your board is, the stronger the the Prankster is gonna be.
Yeah. Just see what he's gonna do. Okay.
All right.
And do we go for the ephemeral Dune Keeper or just for the normal one? Because this is one extra death trigger for the Prankster. The ephemeral one.
I think you go with the normal one, because at the end of the turn you can play the ephemeral one for 2 direct damage.
Yeah. This is looking pretty over for our opponent, honestly. We've got a lot of burn in hand.
Yeah, he would have to kill the Prankster, which he can if he plays single combat.
Good combat, yeah.
But if he does not kill the Prankster, this is game over.
Even then we have, yeah, looks like single combat. Guess we just let it resolve and we can use glimpse for something else. Just be a really useful trick against Fiora.
Yeah, but he's not winning with Fiora now.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty far behind. And we can just go Doombeast since we're gonna be banking, or Ruinous Path. We can just go Doombeast Ruinous Path, right?
I would always go Ruinous Path first, just because, well, it has a condition, and Nightfall is not really a condition. Yeah. That's something interesting to discuss for another day, for another type of program, but is Nightfall actually a condition?
Yeah, it's
Is
pretty
Daybreak
easy.
and Nightfall actually conditions or not?
He passes again. Uh, don't really have anything to play. I guess we can just pass back.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
don't know why he's passing so much.
I don't know. He must have watched some top ladder gameplay, and he was like, "They always pass," so that's probably what I should do. Most of the
Like
time,
all
you
he's played this game is just
yeah, it's strange.
Squires.
Most of the time, what you try to do when you are being reactive or proactive is just assessing your position into the game. If you're below your opponent, if you're behind your opponent, you tend to be proactive because you have to catch back on your opponent. If you way ahead of your opponent, you get the right to be reactive, and that's actually giving you some form of advantage. I would not be attacking here ever.
Hold on.
You
Well,
have
can we just kill him with Doom Beast then? Like we should be able to push at least one damage,
I
two
mean, you
damage from
should be,
the.
but he has way of damaging a minion. So the thing, if you develop
Oh,
here, he only has 8 mana to put cards on the board and block you, right? So you can just put a Doom Beast and see what happens. You have 10 available mana. You don't need to be attacking now because it gives him the opportunity to just stop that one damage that you would be doing with double block and single combat.
Yeah. And oh, so now we can attack, or we can just develop another Doom Beast and see what he does.
I would probably develop the Blade Caretaker here. The Blight Caretaker. That's the Doom Beast. Yeah, on the 2-1 Ephemeral or the 1-1, that's the same. 1-1 actually, it's probably better, but this one does not matter much. So yeah, you see, you have such a big board that's gonna attack now. The Doom Beast is guaranteed damage for next turn anyway, so if he successfully blocks everything this turn, he's still taking the 2 damages next turn. So yeah, there is. It's just a question of putting it checkmate at some point. When people are ahead, especially in low ranks, they tend to just go with what's how to call that, like necessary, or what they think is enough to win. You can just go all in. There is no reason to give him a chance to come back in whatever crazy Alice in Wonderland scenarios they have on their hands.
He only had 6 mana anyway. I don't think he had any way of really getting.
Yeah, that would have been rough. I don't exactly know a scenario where he could come back here. I guess he had some active mana, so single combat into Radiant Guardian, into open attack, into double strike, concerted strike, and single combat next turn. That would be a bit of a far stretch, but actually you would be losing the game, so.
Yeah, Zoophilius, but with PNZ, that's interesting. Don't really see much Targon at gold. Butcher's kind of awkward because he's kind of a. And so is Caretaker, I guess.
Yeah, when you have nothing in those types of hand, I just tend to take it all out, or maybe keeping the shadows. That's like that's it.
I guess we keep shadows. Best looks pretty bad. Dune Keeper is nice.
Dune Keeper is amazing.
Curse Keeper is also pretty good.
Dune Keeper is big. Like this card is awesome.
Yeah, it's so good. It's 4 damage on turn 1. It's PNZ. What 2-drop could he be running for Crescendum? PNZ is very interesting. I don't really see much of that. We don't have a way of popping Keeper.
This one you can just go with preparations.
Yeah.
You have to use them as
like the Butcher or.
there goes the Caretaker.
If we go for caretaker then, but we can't do
Yeah, yeah.
anything with it next turn.
Not next turn, but you're gonna have a way to use
Oh,
it after that. Next turn can just be Curse Keeper into Stygian and Looker. And then you make a turn with Stalking Shadows or whatever. And then you have the Caretaker. Caretaker is amazing in that matchup. I mean, in every matchup, honestly.
pretty nice card. Really. Yeah, it's just it doesn't have any fearsome blockers, which is good.
He also only has 2 mana, so if he uses the Zoe spell, he will only have 0 mana left, so no way of using Equinox, something similar.
You can block like that, but it's fine, I guess.
Oh boy.
Cascade, okay.
That's expensive.
Yeah, it's pretty weird fail cascade there. Just to, maybe he has another one in hand, I guess, but still seems kind of not worth it.
Yeah, more than the biggest problem is just that he's wasting mana in order to do that.
Yeah,
Wasting mana that he has to use on Zoe spells, etc. So he's losing a lot
and he
of
can't
buff
even
tempo
use
and
like what
value.
he invoked off of this either. So I
Except
guess we
if
just go
that's the
shadows.
serpent.
Yeah,
Yep.
serpent.
Yeah, this one is free.
Which is interesting. We can go for keeper and play the ephemeral one right now, I guess.
I don't think so.
Turn.
The thing is, you need only 3 cards on the board to use Caretaker. On Keeper. So if you put Keeper, you're gonna have 4 cards and you won't be able to use Caretaker. Caretaker is always your turn next turn. So I think you just take the Caretaker here. It's okay. We're gonna have some next turn, and at some point in the game, it's gonna be really necessary that this 3/2 dies, and the Caretaker is gonna help for that.
Yeah. So we just pass here, I guess.
Yeah, it's okay. You don't really waste mana. And he is kind enough to only attack with Zoe. Thank you, Mr. Opponent.
TV is overrated.
Ah, damn. Azir would have been amazing 1 turn sooner.
Yeah, it would have been so good last turn. You just take out the challenger and the lands. Okay. She doesn't want her time.
Makes sense, but yeah, exactly. Totally agree with this play. If he wants Zoe to be alive, then he's gonna have to pay the price. I think the right order would have been the opposite one, though, just because this way lifesteal is the last things he gets. So
but
he
isn't he
doesn't
like
heal himself.
healing anyway?
Yeah, probably. It's just that like people can fuck up and just play it in the wrong order or misblock, and I just loves to make my opponent life harder. It sounds dumb, but making your opponent lives harder is sometimes just winning the game. Because they're gonna make a crazy mistake, and
yeah, especially at these ranks. I mean,
yeah, it's gonna happen way more at your rank than mine, but honestly, it happens at my rank too. Sometimes people just have a brain stroke or whatever you want to call it, and they're like, why did I do that? I don't remember. And they Uber through the game.
okay, go 0/0 is leveling this turn.
Yep. I think that's a pretty easy Azure into Doom base. He's gonna heal by a lot, but you're gonna suicide 2
Yeah.
cards and get rid of those pesky lifesteal minions.
What?
Oh, such a mistake.
What?
Wow. Alright. It happens, it
Elusive
happens.
Mincon, I guess. I don't know what he's doing. Can go Doom Beast, right? It's
Okay,
more
okay, wait a
efficient.
second. So the problem with
But
Doom
we also need
Beast...
space for Caretaker.
Yeah. So are we using Doom Beast or not? That's a good question. We can put him to 1 without playing it. We want to play the Caretaker and just take those lifesteal minion away. Use Stalking Shadows. Just in order to... Like, if you have Doom Beast and... Oh, Prankster. Alright.
Really
I think you should use Prankster here.
and just play it right now, or yeah, we play it now.
Nah, I think you're
miss out on
passing
one of
here.
the saplings.
I think you're passing here.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a bit of strange turn. Not a bit, actually. It's gonna be a strange turn.
We can just overwrite the old Caretaker with this.
I think that's always the first step. Then we see what the EE is doing.
Zero's getting pretty big. I don't know why he isn't healing. Why did you even play these cards if you didn't want to heal?
So who are we to question him and his will to live? He does whatever he wants. I think what you could do here... wait a second. What you could do here is just play the Prankster now. I don't think we're gonna be able to kill him without dealing with that. That's the non-ephemeral, right? Yeah, perfect. So the idea here is just, I don't think we're able to kill him without him healing himself.
Oh.
Yeah, so...
Targon.
Yeah, because it's Targon, so we can just deal as many damage as possible. Again, I think that's Rune's Path first. Before you do that, I think you do Rune's Path. Yeah. So it's just a question of order. Your opponent has 2 mana. Those can be reactive. If he wants to use them, we're fine with that, right? So you just give him another opportunity to use those mana. Perfect. He used Guiding Touch. He now has no flexibility left. He cannot do anything fancy. We know exactly what your opponent is gonna do this turn, and that gives us an advantage.
We just drag the life steals, right?
Okay. I'm gonna be very boring here. You take all of this attack back. I know you really want to attack, but I think that's Butcher on the 3/1 because you want to optimize his damage. And actually, with Butcher, you might have a way.
Also as a death trigger.
You might have a way to kill your opponent with Butcher, or at least force triple trades from his sides, which is perfect for you. So let's go. Finally, you can attack.
This year is just massive.
No, kid. I don't think you can value block like that. This is very, very high level of disrespect. But all right. Very well. Right. I mean, I think he's still doing the right play, but people cannot sleep on aggro like that.
His Zoe is probably leveling next turn, but
it will be, and I think it's his only way to win. If we can count that as a way to win, but
I tried playing some Targon, but it's like the games are just so long. Like one game of Targon feels like 10 games of any other deck.
Yeah, and you know what? It feels longer for your opponent.
Like, because you're just gonna win in the end, but so you gotta sit to like 20 minutes of gameplay.
Man, that's the most brutally honest.
So now we just go ancient preparations since we don't really have anything else we can play. We're drawing. Oh. Feels like a skip because I mean we do have caretaker for keeper, but not a lot of board space.
Yeah, I
for it.
agree. Just a skip here. So in case people don't know, you can skip predict. You're not
Big
forced to
blue
play.
blood. But we got two of these. Please tell me you're gonna use this.
Oh, but I think he hoped it will level up his Zoe, but it does not, sir.
So now we can play either the Doom Beast or the Prankster. Doom Beast should be good. You can also Fading Memories the Doom Beast next turn.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay. He is checkmate here, normally.
This. Why is he not attacking with the lifesteal unit?
It doesn't want you to easy block it. The problem is you have direct damage, so it's obviously taking a huge risk on his side. He has 9 mana, which is a huge town in Targon units. So you can just put the second you can just put the second Prankster instead of the landmark.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like 2/2 sucks a bit. Then it's just probably gonna be open attack. So the thing is with Targon, given every single of their spell is instant, it does not really matter that you open attack or not. Well, wait a second. You just put the Stygian instead of the Prankster, I think. The other one. Yeah, the silence one. Because the silence one is doing nothing this turn, so might as well profit. He has 6 mana, which is star shaping.
Quite a lot. Star shaping, yeah. Yep.
There we go. So given it was a burst, we just wanted to have the best board state before we attack. We at least want to force him to use everything he has. Alright, so yeah, that's an attack with everything but the Prankster. Perfect. You did well. And now finger crossed. I'm tired even before trying to calculate that, so I'm just gonna trust the eye. The almighty eye. So it's still less 7, and he is alive. Alright. Fading memories and... Yeah.
I just saw that.
That's okay. That's live.
That might be kind of bad if you don't draw into another Doom Beast.
Yeah. That's okay. We had no way of finishing him. Prankster. Alright, depending on how much healing he has, we could still win this. Destroyer. Destroyer is fine. Not really, because you would be dying. Alright. Prankster. I think that's always the play. He could kill you with that snake.
Boy.
He could kill the prankster, I mean. But you can make an ephemeral copy of the prankster if you're not like, oh my god, stop with the healing. What is it, like third guiding touch?
Yeah, it's pretty fast.
double golden sisters, 3 guiding touch and star shaping. Is it what, the Targon show?
It doesn't have any direct damage, but
oh fuck, man. All right. Is that the worst thing that could have happened? Probably. What you can do here? They have spell chain in front of you, so you cannot use you feeding memories on them.
Yeah.
So you have to use it on your own prankster. And play. Ooh, okay. Yeah. That's right. Almost had an earth attack. The fangs.
Bird fangs as well.
Yeah, we don't care about Equinox, so this one is fine. But that's spell shield on it. That's life steal on everything. It's gonna be so hard, man. You can just play the other prankster.
Kind of run out of most of our burn.
Yeah. You can play the other prankster. What we're gonna do is just use Caretaker and Ruinous Path. He's gonna Equinox one. Alright, perfect. So
Yeah,
that's good for us.
Caretaker this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And all 3 of these are ephemeral, but he has just so much life.
So the problem is ours is ephemeral too, so we have to rely on him playing another. This is hell, man.
Yeah, I mean this is pretty much.
No, yeah, this is sadly over. I think we're still gonna play that Rune of Path. We never know.
Never know. Could we're just dying next turn.
Yeah, every time.
Couldn't we like go? No, it's silence.
It's still not enough, but I think you're killing the prankster. And then is it not enough? Wait. That's a win. That's a win.
You can just drag everything.
Yeah, you drag every eating as far away as possible, and that Aphelios in the first spot. There we go. There, I mean that's the same. It's okay. We won that. Let's go. That Blight Caretaker top deck, man. That's what you see. You have RNG on your side. You always win. You don't need me.
That was not absolutely nutty top deck there.
Yeah, we're sorry about the. We're sorry about the laggy beats, guys. It's his connection, but that's okay.
Yeah, been a bit rough past couple of days.
Yeah, I mean it's an informative slideshow. It is a slideshow, but it's informative, so that's good. Oh god, that type of hand, man. So that's a Kalista in front of you. What is Kalista? It's Ender every single time.
Endure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And Mulligan shadows can be useful.
I think you can keep the prankster here because they have a trouble killing the prankster, and you're just gonna be blocking what they attack with. They're just gonna be blocking yours, and you can keep everything. Even the Stalking Shadow is good. This is just good opening with Den Keeper.
I just love playing like prankster and watching them try to struggle to kill it.
Yeah, I mean it's exactly what's gonna happen.
You can just attack with the Sand Soldier and preserve the Dune Keeper.
Normally, I would advise to attack with both, but the thing is you have Prankster, so keeping the 2-1 means 1 more damage. for him later on. They don't have that much healing in Ender, so it's mostly gonna be about you just out damaging them. I don't think any of you is gonna run out of steam though, because Talking Shadow is an amazing card at that.
Okay. And now we just drop Prankster.
Yep. That's the opposite of what you usually want. You just want to play Prankster when your opponent is playing, and then you want to play your minions, obviously in attack. But that's okay. I mean, turn 5 is the same. They should not have that much more setup by then. Ooh, that's a 3/3. Are you not afraid?
This is interesting. Guess we can. I don't know. I think we just pass here.
Yeah.
Don't have much of an attack.
You just pass here. Like
Keep
killing a
setting our
2/1
board up
into
for
his
Prankster.
3/3 is gonna be a rebel. The thing is, he's just gonna take the value trade, and you're gonna be stuck. If you attack with the Bark Beast too, he's gonna take the value trade on the Bark Beast and not block your 2/1. So he's always taking value trade here, making it not exactly worse for you.
We can go Shadows and see if that gets us like the Keeper for next turn. Keeper Caretaker.
Yep, perfect. What's also good with that? Oh, perfect. There we go.
Talented.
Obviously you're not playing it yet. Yeah. Because might as well give back the initiative to your opponent. It helps in making a mistake. And you can play the ephemeral one.
Yeah, it just dies at the end of the round.
Yeah, if he attacks, then no problem. You're just suiciding whatever you have to suicide and blocking whatever you want to block. So there we go. That's perfect. How do you block that?
Block this. Fearsome block.
Yeah, that's a bit of a waste here. You could just have suicided 2/1 because that 1/1 was actually a 3/3.
Oh yeah. Oh, because the keeper would have.
Yeah, and actually your 2/1 is dying into the 1/1, so. But yeah, that's okay.
Look, Keeper Caretaker, but we don't have. I don't think we have room for that, right? Need.
Yeah, you don't have enough room on the board.
Yeah.
I guess you can just scale remove a caretaker on your 2/1. I think that's okay. Most interesting PowerPoint presentation you'll see this week. Hey, Dartiel. I'm fine.
PowerPoint presentation. Nice healing there, Mr. Opponent. Let's go Stygian.
Yeah, let's go with Stygian. Why is he playing that? Why are you doing that to yourself, Mr. Jean Mimi to Mimi? Oh yeah, that's actual French. Jean Mimi to Mimi. I think you taking that back and you're playing the Fading Memories on Stygian. You want to force him to use everything to block.
Another ephemeral death trigger.
Alright, you can just don't attack with the 4/2 because he's always
Yes, we block with the Bark Beast and the Mask Mother.
Yep, the problem is the 2-1 would block the 4-2 and he would draw,
Yeah.
so not really useful here. He is running a bit more mid-rangey version, which is strange, but I mean, why not? That's a lot of damage that you accepted taking, Mr. Opponent.
9.
The gleams are really
Decent.
good for you. They're gonna be stopping you from literally falling behind in terms of damage.
Can go keeper. I mean, it doesn't do anything.
I think Keeper is fine.
Maybe we're talented enough to top deck into another caretaker.
Yeah, that's good. You just play Keeper, then you play Doom Beast, then you use one of your Glimpse Beyond. It's great that he has no way of handling that Prankster. Look at all the damage a Prankster did until now.
Yeah, very scary. Okay, how do we block this? Do you want to like just trade down units or preserve our board?
You don't want to preserve your board. You're only winning this game by true direct damage. He's playing an Ender next turn, so I think play the Force Do into the 3-2 and preserve as much health as you can. Deal as much damage as you can, and let's try to find more damage in order to close this game out.
Do we use any of our glimpses or do we just...
You can on the Keeper, but we have all the time in the world for that after the block. Changes nothing, just...
now, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Would be upsetting if we had something like a butcher or caretaker on our top decks, but
I mean, not even, because as I said, you're pushing for little to direct damage at this point.
yeah.
He's literally playing an Ender now. He should be at least. Oh, great. Azir is great. You can play Azir. That's an easy Azir into Prankster into Stygian here.
Yep. Prankster's just so good against this Frelly or Shadow Isles. Don't really have any easy way of dealing with it.
Okay, he has no... Oh, great. It's just great. He has no Ender yet. The Prankster is last to attack. Yeah, but you can attack with the 1-3. It's not a problem, but it has to be the last one to attack. Perfect.
Yeah.
Because if he wants to block it, he has to put a 3-2 in front of it. He could also use Kalista, but I suspect him not wanting to use that Kalista into any trade. That's a bit of an abuse here. I would probably not have attacked with that Prankster if I was in playing in Masters. But we're not playing into Masters, so I'm taking advantage of your opponent misplaying.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, just need to draw a couple of Doom Beasts now and should be good. And this Prankster is just gonna burn a lot as well. It's down to 3. It's looking pretty good.
Yeah, it's looking good. The only problem would be an Ender into him doing nothing. No, this one is a bit boring. So now we have a reason to be afraid of the Ender.
Yeah.
How big is it?
Okay.
We'll never get to see. That's great. What is Kalista bringing back? I think that's a 3-3, right? He did not have a 4-3. Yeah, 3-2.
3-2. Yeah.
Alright, so you can just block the 2-1 with a 0. It's free. 4 direct damage. I mean, 4 or 5 is the same because it's Atrocity on Kalista's level. You want to use that Glimpse Beyond on whatever minion is targeted by those saplings. Yep. So you're into Atrocity range. Can we find any lifesteal? We can't. Ah, man, that sucks.
Awkward hand.
Yeah, I would not have passed here because you kind of need to use that glimpse on Azure, at least try to use it.
So use it on...
Yeah, let's go, because we need to find we need to find Drain, we need to find Ruinous Path or Doom Beast in order to stay out of Atrocity's range. Oh god.
And see if you top deck into one.
Yeah. Let's try this. Alright, well, Ruinous Path it is, but the problem here is that it's a slow spell, so you can use Atrocity proactively and we're dead. So let's see if he makes another mistake that we could use against him. That's always Blight Caretaker. Yep.
Alright, let's see.
Or if he's afraid of our own Atrocity that we obviously don't play, but he doesn't get to know that. Yeah, he doesn't care. Alright, so yeah, that was a problem. That's why I made you draw so much, and that's why I tried to get you out of Atrocity range. Sadly, we did not top deck right. I'm gonna give you a version of that deck that I'm playing at the moment that does not play that whole Predict package, and that I honestly find way better. And it's way more regular, so it's way more boring. But literally, it's way better. So there you go. That's the key. That's the deck key. It's exactly the same deck, just a bit different, and no Predict, because that card is, and to me that card is a trap. I think that card is really bad. It just gives people the feeling it's good, and it gives people the feeling of stability. But this is an aggressive deck, and you have like 20 1 and 2 drops. You are already stable. Like, you don't need more stability in the most aggressive deck you can build.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it can be okay if you have like a bricked hand, but
when do you have a bricked hand with an aggro deck?
Slow with the ancient preparations.
I feel like it's really slow, and that's the trashiest top decks of all. So, all right. So that's a bit of a mirror. The difference is that your minions can block, and his cannot.
Okay. So in the mirror, what should we be mulliganing for?
I think you get rid of the Prankster here and you keep the Caretaker, because Bark Beast is amazing with Caretaker. That's an okay turn 1 if you don't have the Den Keeper. And whatever you're drawing and whatever you're playing on turn 2, you will be able to use it with Caretaker. That's giving you 3/3 Bark Beast for 1 mana.
Yeah.
Like, even if you have to use the Stygian Onlooker here, it's okay. It's not great, obviously, but that's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can drop the Stygian Onlooker.
Yeah.
The problem with Stolen Shadow is that you have no mana to play whatever is left. If you play the Butcher, you're killing your Bark Beast, so kind of missing the point.
So we can block like this.
Yes, we can. I see no problem with that. If he is using a Glimpse Beyond on his 2-1, that's okay. It would be an even trade.
Now we can just open attack.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Yeah, open attack is good. You have less mana than him, and you have nothing really proactive to do. So the problem is, he's always gonna have something better than you to do this turn. Prankster is great.
yeah.
Prankster is putting a lot of pressure on your opponent. And now, you see that's one of the examples I was referring when we started the coaching. I was like, okay, at some point you're gonna be behind, etc. Well, this is one of those situations. You are behind and you won't ever come back ahead of him. There is no situation you're gonna be ahead of him in terms of value, in terms of whatever, because he has a slower deck than yours, and the early game is already gone. So what are we doing in order to still win this? Well, we're just trying to make the strongest turn we can have, a turn that he cannot counter, and to deal him damage during that turn and just finish with direct damage after that.
Okay. So now we can just go Bark Beast, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Yeah, back base is good.
the Nightfall Clock for Doom Beast if we need to play it.
Alright, Blight Caretaker is a surprising choice here.
Okay. You can just pass, keep mana up for Glimpse for whatever he drags with that saplings.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. You should always bring you 1/1 Bark Beast and your 3/2 Bark Beast here.
Maybe he wants to try and kill the prankster with. I don't know what he. Okay, alright.
Yeah, I know he does not care about the prankster. So what you can just do, yeah, is kill the 3/2,
Yeah,
perfect.
we can kill this one, it'll preserve the other one.
Awesome. That's a lot of damage, and the fact that he has Azir is always sad. But look at those direct damage that you have in your
Also have
hands.
the Slay trigger for Luminous Path, so we can just play it right now.
Yeah, it's already activated. Let's not wait any longer. Double Doom Beast means you have 4 direct damage. And now we have quite a conundrum. Remember what I said about the strongest turn?
Yeah. So
What is the strongest turn that you can do in the near future?
it would have to be something with a 0, I guess.
Azir would already be on board. So what I think you're doing is you're keeping Azir. Next turn, you're using Stalking Shadow double Doom Beast in order to survive. And the turn after that, you use double Blight Caretaker with Prankster on board, and you deal as much damage as you can in one turn.
So now we just play a 0.
Yeah. So it's just, you have exactly 8 mana next turn, you have 7 mana the turns after, so that's perfect for Blight Caretaker. And there is no reason that your Prankster dies. Oh my god. Alright. Oh, that's expensive. It makes everything easier.
A lot of suppose he's running Vengeance in this, but I guess maybe it makes sense with the Hacker Immersion.
I guess if he plays that horrible card, it kind of makes sense. I think that's always Stalking Shadows here. Still. And Doom Beast. Oh, Prankster. Oh yeah, that's 100% Prankster. Or you're gonna have double prankster into double blight caretaker. That is so much damage.
Nutty.
Also, if you
So
don't
just
kill his card,
caretaker.
yeah, just prankster here. Yep. See, if you don't kill his card, he's not healing himself. That sounds dumb.
And he's not even pushing. He's pushing some damage, but
I mean, you can just block a 0 with your 3-1,
yeah.
and you can let the rest of the damage go through.
These pranksters though, completely smurfing.
What if I'm telling you you have lethal here? 100%.
It would be.
I think you can just go triple prankster. I think you're going triple prankster
Triple prankster, then caretaker, right?
Yeah. Triple prankster, caretaker, you're just suiciding your minions on something that doesn't die in front of you, which, I mean, everything is not dying. And that's 3 damage on the initial kill. Then that's 2 times 3 damage. And the ephemeral is dealing 2 more damage, so...
Okay. So we just drag everything that the 2-1 would not kill.
Yeah. I mean, anything. Yeah. So not the 2-1. You drag like the 4, the 5, 6, the 2, 4, whatever. Anything that is not dying, and you don't attack with the 2-1. Actually, there is no reason to attack with the 2-1.
Yes. Lethal this way. Doesn't get any.
Yep. There we go. Triple damage.
Jesus.
Yeah, the amount of direct damage in this deck is just crazy.
Thanks. There's such a scary card.
It is. It's just, it gets slept on because it's not really proactive, and obviously some decks can take advantage of that. But it's really good in this meta game. All right. Do you want to do one more?
Game, right? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm down for another game.
Let's go. But yeah, it's most of the games with that deck. You just put a bit of pressure in the early game. If you can. If you cannot, here we only dealt 4 damage in the early game. But triple prankster, it's crazy amount of burn.
Kill them. It's like no amount of HP is safe from this deck.
People were like, why is it called a 0 burn? Well, you got your answer, people. I think you're always keeping Azure in that matchup.
Yeah. Caretaker is also be okay.
I mean, Caretaker would be great if you had anything to play down, which you don't, which you doesn't. So I think you're only keeping Stygian and Azir, which you did not keep. That's okay.
Oh, cute with the other deck. Oh, yeah.
That's alright.
Stygian.
That's preparation here. Preparations. Yeah. Now that you have it in the deck, let's not snub it. You can play the Butcher.
Yeah.
I'm gonna upload the code of my version in the chat if anybody wants to use it. Feel free to.
It felt a lot better than the one with the preparations.
Yeah, that's really how it felt for me. I was like, I was playing the regular version. I was like, but this deck is trash. Then I played my version and was like, but this deck is amazing. All right. Yeah, he has a slightly better start, but that's okay. We have the odd turns, which is great.
Preparations can also be okay if you play it on turn 1 and you're attacking on odds because you get the cockling on turn 3,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not super important, I guess.
I think you're only. I think you're only attacking with one sapling on the 2/1, and you suiciding the other sapling for a butcher. I think it makes sense. You're
Yeah.
keeping a better bolt stand than him. There's no reason to go in with your 2/1s and suicide them. Because you're basically playing a mirror, right?
Yep.
Until Trash and Naz's turn, you're playing a mirror.
Mm-hmm.
You have a lot of direct damage.
Now we just pass, right? We don't have.
Yeah.
Really.
No, you always pass here.
Gives us the attack token back as well. Prankster's good.
Oh yeah, Prankster is great.
He's probably gonna play Thresh this turn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's okay. I think you're still playing the Prankster. Especially if he's playing Treasure Sun is the best way to make the most out of her, and you have the Stygian and Looker too. And no Trash, which is amazing. Because the problem of Trash would have been that it would actually levels him up, which is the biggest problem.
Yeah.
Again.
Other defensive caretaker. Okay. So do we just?
I think you're attacking with everything. I think you're attacking with everything at this point. It's gonna make him a big Nasus, which sucks. It sucks a lot. But it's either a big Nasus or a big Trash at this point. We don't get to have none of them.
Still do 5 damage to the Prankster.
Yeah.
You can also play Ruin as Pats now.
It just means that Nasus is what, like 7/7, 8/8. But we're gonna manage. We have a minion that can block it. It's not 10/10 yet, so we should still be fine for a turn of 2.
This turn with shadows.
Oh, he's actually 10/10. Crap. I hoped he would be at least one less than that. So stalking?
So we stalking and then Doom Beast to get a blocker from Nasus.
Bug Beast is great. We are in this situation again where we just try to make the biggest possible turn, right? And double Bug Beast. Yep, perfect. Double Bug Beast with the Blight Caretaker seems like an actual good turn.
We can just go Doom Beast right now. There's no reason to bank mana.
Yep. So the problem of leveled up Nasus is that one attack is taking out of your minion.
Yeah.
This is a part that's
just relying on direct damage.
I mean, with double. Okay. So obviously it's Azir first.
Yeah. It's level now. Azir Caretaker on the Doom Beast.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be it. You just play a Bark Beast before.
Add Bark Beast and Caretaker, yeah. Big Azir.
Yep, big Azir is the problem.
Attack with everything and drag Nasus and
yeah. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Or rather, I guess that's the best we can do.
Wait, this is just lethal.
Oh boy. Does he have nothing for 7 mana?
He could have Spirit Fire, I guess. Main decking Spirit Fire.
Withering Whale would make more sense, I think.
Yeah, Withering Veil too.
But he's searching a way to not die without using anything, so that doesn't look like he has it.
I don't think.
Is it another steal?
Without
Is it just another steal here?
Would need. Yeah, I don't think he has Veil. Like, he can't really survive without that. Yep. This. Ooh, yeah. Oh. Atrocity.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's clever.
Yes,
I have
it's
to.
pretty expensive.
Yeah, but I have to say it's clever. He is alive. He's even kicking. For now, at least. And we have no way of blocking that.
Blockers.
Yeah. We have no way of
Still
blocking
in
that
it.
Nasus. And the Nasus is not killing us.
We can use claims to deny the thingy on Nasus, like whatever he drags with Thresh.
Yep.
And
I think you're just passing. There is no way of stopping that Nasus. If you play it proactively, it's still gonna attack with it.
Yep.
Let's see what he is doing. I hope he has no Blight Caretaker here.
yeah, Caretaker, even Butcher would be nah, the Butcher wouldn't be. Yeah.
Okay, we accept that.
Actually, it doesn't have Caretaker.
Yeah, that's okay. You just block that 4-3 with the 1-1 and you play Glimpse Beyond on the 2-2. So you don't get hard counter by Vile Feast.
No.
So just
yeah,
on the 2-2.
Wait, yeah, it should be okay.
He might be playing Vile Feast, so
yeah, just enough.
okay, we're surviving by 1. And we have a prankster. Okay.
And Keeper as well.
Yeah, we always play the Keeper here. Do we play the Bog Beast? Does it have a reason?
It's ephemeral, so it'll like proc the prankster at the end, but you can just play it next turn.
Yeah. It would mean that you don't activate Doob Beast, etc. So, Glimpse Beyond.
And I think we're probably just dead. We could have an Atrocity.
Yeah. Definitely. Don't play the Bog Beast. Just attack. Just attack with Azir. And just attack with Azir. He is forced to block. The Bog Beast is not gonna change anything about atrocities and things like that.
Yeah.
Your card dying brings you closer from obviously his death, but the thing is perfect. If you accept this, you can try to checkmate him. So you just click OK.
You can play like just force him to commit his mana before we play our Glimpse.
Not even his mana, it's a question of initiative. So he's gonna play something fast, he's gonna play something like Atrocity, and now you can answer that. You can answer with Glimpse Beyond. Yep. And that damage is gonna come before that Atrocity.
Yeah.
So now he needs healing. He needs healing in order to survive this turn. Damn it. So close.
Oh well.
Yeah. So the problem was the Nasus was a bit bigger than I anticipated.
Anticipated, yeah, I
So
imagine.
he had that attack prediction on everybody. I thought it would be one or two lower, and I thought he would not level up. So obviously, if you're trying, guys, take the time to go back into the historic or whatever and just read every single card that was played and count. that's that's kind of terrible, I know, and it's boring, but it does
Uh,
wonders. It does
reading
wonders.
the bane of every card game player.
All right, so we played some games with deck. I think you have a general idea of how to play it. Do you have any specific question? I like to do that at the end of any coaching. So do you have any specific question about even other decks? Like that's a possibility on the game, on the matchups, or anything?
I mean, most questions are really a matchup and deck specific about mostly about mulligans. It's mulligans that I really have a problem with in
Mm-hmm.
Runeterra. Still taking a lot of time to adjust to it. This is also why I'm kind of reluctant to try out other decks because I just see my opening hand and I'm like, what do I do with this? Like, what do I mulligan? How do I mulligan depending on the matchup? It's mostly just matchup specific. There's no general question, I guess, that I have much to ask, but it's just mostly just mulligans that I have trouble with.
Okay. Is there a matchup that you have trouble with? Is there a deck that you have no way of beating and that you?
I mean, it's really just like Fizz TF, I guess. I don't see it much, but when I do see it, it's just like it feels like you're just fighting an uphill battle against them. I feel like that's most people's sentiment at this point about that deck.
Sure it is. Although with the deck you're playing right now, you should be slightly advantaged. The main problem is that you should not try to beat them with Prankster, because they can deny the Prankster with Get Excited.
Yeah.
So if you can
Def
find other ways, just putting pressure in the other game, it's what works best. Blight Caretaker is amazing, but this
Yeah.
is Feast TF, so you never play a proactive Blight Caretaker on turn 4. You're just gonna take a red card.
Yeah.
So you can never do that. That's really the thing you have to watch out when you're playing against Feast TF. Obviously there is multiple things. There's like duplication with the iterative improvement and things like that. But the things you really have to focus on is finding your early game pressure, which I think is going to be easier for you with my version of the deck because there is no predict and there is
Yeah.
proactive turn ones. And just try to not rely on direct damage too early in the game because that's going to take too much time and the Feast TF might be able to finish yourself before that. If you find Keeper and Ravenous Butcher, it's amazing. If you find a Caretaker, Blight Caretaker, it's obviously amazing. Azir is amazing in the matchup. They have no way of dealing with it, so it's just free attack every single time.
Yeah.
That's pretty much
I've
it.
won a few games in that specific matchup, but it's still. I guess I'll try it with your version of the deck. It might do better. The Fizz TF.
All right. Yeah, I had mostly no problem, but my opponents they misplayed a bit against me with the Feast TF. If Feast TF is always gonna be able to win a game when they have an amazing hand. It's obviously the problem right now. That's debate that could last.
Yeah, we'll see how Riot plans on addressing that problem.
Yeah, exactly. So that
Got a lot of
debate
hand
is
at this point. This deck has been like tier 0 for like what, 2 months, two,
yeah,
three months now.
2 months, exactly 2 months. It started as a funny thing. It started as like Timo deck. So it started as it was Timo Fizz, and it was like a kind of a funny deck. Somebody used it on NA. Everybody was like, "Oh my, this is so amazing! Like, look at all those original mechanics. Mind meld is playable, yay!" And then 1 month later, we're like, We're dying out there.
Uh,
FTF is oppressive. It's oh my god.
yeah, it just feels more like it's just a problem of TF in general. Like, I mean, you look at all the top decks that we've seen in the past couple of months, just TF has just always been there. We had Go Hard a few months back. That deck was really good. Then we had uh TF Aphelios is still pretty good, honestly. I don't see it as much. It's mostly
Yeah,
Zoophelios,
TF
but
Aphelios kind of died for Zoe, for the Zoe version.
it's
For
just
the Zoe version.
such a good champion, honestly. It's just
He is a very good champion, but I feel like it's really more the 0 mana iterative improvement abuse. I feel like 3 bubble fishes for 0 mana was okay, and you can handle that. But 6 bubble fishes for 6 mana, that's a whole other level, right? Especially when you're playing
it's
control
just
decks.
insane.
We see that at a high level. At a lower level, we don't see it, but at a high level, the thing is, against control matchup, they just wait, and when you play your AoE, they play everything. And you don't have mana left. So at high level, when you're playing against VSTF and you're playing a control deck, you're just passing. Every single turn you're passing. You're just keeping 10 mana and you're like, I'm gonna punish you if you do anything, I'm gonna punish you if you do anything, I'm gonna double Withering Raid if you do anything. And
That's how I've been playing like Lissandra Trundle against them as well. It's just constantly passing, not really doing anything myself.
Yeah, if you do
It's not
anything
the most fun
proactive,
thing, but it works, I guess.
if you do anything proactive, you're dead. Yes, it kind of works. What's funny is that if they want to answer that, they just put a TF on the board and they actually wait, or that ballistic bot and they wait. Because at some point you will have to answer those. Yeah, they can actually do that. They can't wait 10 turns and just, okay, I have my 2 ballistic bot on the board. I'm dealing 2 damage every turn. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna use an AoE? If you use an AoE, you're dead.
It's insane.
Oh man. Alright.
What it
I'm gonna cut the stream here. Thank you for your time. I hope you found this useful, and worry not. Normally, Aziburn should take care of all those pesky fishes. I hope.
No problem, man. Thanks for the session.
All right. See you, everybody, on TLG. You can join the Discord in order to win another free coaching or whatever you want, guys. Just participate in. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. See you later. It was a pleasure. Bye, guys.